What's up, everybody? This is Toru. I don't know anybody making music who doesn't struggle with this topic that we talk about in today's loop, which is existing as an artist, creating work, and figuring out how to deliver it, market it, communicate about it through social media. It's this really accessible tool that provides all of these benefits, and as we know, comes with some baggage. And I think what I really appreciate about this is this loop is not advice. It's somebody sharing their personal firsthand experience about how they're struggling with it, coming off of a project that they're really excited about and really proud of finishing. So I think we all feel this, and it's not something that gets talked about at this kind of length and with this kind of honesty. So thank you to Jacuzzi for sharing this. And if you want to hear the full episode, this came from episode 27. And without further ado, I'll get out of the way and let us listen to this loop featuring Jacuzzi Jefferson.
Not imposter syndrome, but something in that direction of like, I don't want to be that guy that's doing too much. You know what I mean? So I do think I like get in my own way to a certain extent by not liking that. And that's just not my vibe too, to be like the, hey guys, blah, 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 blah. Check out my, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of energy. That's just, I don't know. It feels so unnatural. But it does better, you know, like having your face, and like if people see your face and they hear your voice, you're real, you know what I mean? Like they can connect to you and you're like a person that they know about. So I don't know. I feel like it's one of those situations where like I know the right thing to do, but it's just like getting over myself of like not wanting to be that guy.
What do you think it is? Who is that guy? And what's the danger of like, what's the fear, I guess?
You know, what's one of my fears is, do you know this Instagram account called Catatonic Youth?
No.
You have to check this out. Dude, if you peep this account, like you could spend an hour digging through. It's so, like the first time I saw it, it's all just like cringe music. And the first time I saw it like years ago, there's a point where it's like, wait, is this real or is this like satire? Like, because it's really bad, but it's like being delivered in a way that's like earnest.
Yeah.
And then once you kind of like calibrate to that like taste of humor, like it's so funny. But I'm laughing at somebody who like tried, which is like such a bad thing to, you know what I mean? Like these are people that are trying. I mean, they're failing a lot of times, you know. It's like to the point where everybody's laughing at you. But it started with somebody who tried. And so like part of me knows that exists because like admittedly, like, you know, I see it and I'm like, oh, this is whack. And so I think like, well, if I try, somebody else might think this is whack. You know what I mean? And like, I you know, get out of your own head, but like, I don't really do this for money. You know, I do this because like I enjoy it, and I like when people who I respect it. You know, like that's like what does it for me. Like when I go to shows and people are like, oh, Jacuzzi, what up, man? Good to see you, blah, blah, blah. Like that's what feels good, you know? And like people being like, oh, your record's cool. So the thought of like putting something out where someone's like, oh man, that guy's whack. Like that's like worst case scenario. You know what I mean? It's not that it like doesn't get plays. It's that somebody thinks I'm cringe. So I don't know. And that's like, get over it, I guess. But
I mean, again, man, I think it's just like, to what extent can any of us control like what anybody else thinks about?
Well, you can control it by just not doing it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know the when people like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I'm like thinking about it the opposite.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if you just never do it, people can't make fun of you for it. You know what I mean? Which is like, that's bad advice.
So, I mean, I think
we'll cut that part out.
So the other side of that, I would say, is, man, I mean, the other part of it is almost like silencing yourself for the hypothetical opinions of people who have no relevance in your in your interests, you know, in your well-being. And so I think that's a pretty, the way that I see it is like, and for everybody listening, the last thing I'm saying is just start spamming us all on social media. You know, that's the last thing I'm suggesting that anybody do. But I am saying that if that fear for it to allow it to grow to a point that you essentially silence yourself in a certain way, it's worth revisiting. You know what I mean? Because I think it's just like, and as somebody who obviously knows you and is familiar with your music, man, and like, you know, the fact that it's just like, there are just so many things happening in the world, you know? And so I also really think that I came across an idea in marketing that helped me. Cause I mean, obviously I struggle with this in my own way, but something that is really obvious in hindsight after reading it is just, you're not trying to change people's minds. You're trying to find the people that already agree with you. You know what I mean? So you're not trying to convince people who don't like beats or your rock projects or your Lake Sanford stuff. You're not trying to convince them that the shit's good. You're trying to like just make it visible to the people who like this kind of stuff, you know, and are ready for it. And so at least I think that's a more helpful way to think about it. And it does, like, when I think about somebody like you who's so well-intentioned and cares so deeply about the music, like you just described, you're the last kind of person that I think anybody wants to see be more, you know, to kind of just be quiet or to silence themselves or to not give themselves a chance in that kind of space.
Well, I mean, and I appreciate that, but my, and I'm not trying to like justify it. Like, I know my outlook is the wrong outlook. But
well, I'm not saying that either, like, to be clear. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I think it is. I think I am wrong. Yeah. You know, I think like everybody should just be more present in, you know, putting whatever you're putting out into the world, like really sell it and stand by it. But so part of me thinks like I like kind of weirdo music. Like I don't think my music's that weird, but you know, maybe it is if you listen to Ed Sheeran, you know, like so somebody who maybe follows me online because we went to high school together, you know, and they like are not interested in my music. Like, am I spamming those people? You know what I mean? Or, so yeah, again, it's like you said, it's like a hypothetical opinion. But I am going to like switch gears. Like I'm going to try to, cause it's like such a shame to spend, this record took me a long time, this album. Like like I said, I like to work quick. This took like a year or two to like get it finished. So to get to the finish line and then be like, oh, I'm just going to post about it a couple times because like wouldn't want someone to think I'm cringe. You know, like that's so stupid. You know what I mean? That would be like fumbling on the 1 yard line.